Oh, hi there, magic monsters. Welcome to the stream. So, this is very exciting. Got brand new internet. Brand new. Fresh out of the box. The cool thing about this internet is that the upload speed and the download speed are the same because it's fiber internet. Oh, hello, Debaterman. Just getting started, showing off my fancy pants internet. Now the download speed is half as fast, or really less than half as fast as it was before, but the upload speed is exactly the same, and that means it's like 100 and something times as fast. So there should be zero issue with streams now. Look at that. Look at that. Anyways, so now let's look at something. Let's look at this. Play maximized. I've done some work on this. It's very fun. Ready? Boom, boom, boom. I think the it's probably too powerful. That's fun. This is fun too. Now this one's homing in on the target, and apparently the target's below the ground. I need to fix that. This one. This one has a bug. I need to figure out how to get those to disappear properly. And this one. So these are from the Forge 3D Sci-Fi Effects Pack, but I've converted them, integrated them with this package, and this one's not. This one's from this type 4, and this doesn't have any explosions on it yet. Yeah. So this explosions, the force is way too high on this. This one, the particles apparently aren't. I think maybe their lifetime is set to be something. That could be the issue. Yeah, because look, that's they're like showing up and then disappearing. So there's something up with that. Anyways, was it not showing before? What was not showing? Welcome to the stream. I feel like I'm used to having my YouTube up at the same time. Oh, the stream was stalled.
This is how AI.
Oh, weird. Anyways, I'm used to seeing, but I guess I don't need that because I've got the chat over here in this window. All right, so I wanted to keep working on the things I was working on here because there were so many. I do wonder if these objects are having their particles turn off. Let's see. Demos, here we are. Particles. So projectiles. When we look at, say, our Vulcan, that's that super fast one. Let's open it up. The projectile. Wait a minute. There's no projectile here at all. No particle here at all. There's this. There's just a quad. So that shouldn't be any issue. Solo gun. Is it looping? Yes. Those are just quads. Looping, looping, looping. Yeah, so those are all looping. I wonder what's going on then. So the solo gun is the first one selected here. And actually I need to do two things. One, we need to not play this maximized. And two, I want to lower the force on this. So I have also updated the script a little bit. So now if I go to solo gun here, now I'm going to remove all these behaviors because now we can just have one list of behaviors. I'll make it pretty... I think the shotgun one might be. I'm not sure. But the others are using different types. So this one is using a raycast hit forward. So raycast. But the force is too much with this one. So we're going to lower that. So now instead of having one behavior of each type, you can have as many behaviors you want, because I realized as I was adding force to collision behavior, I was like, wait a minute. We should have two different collision behaviors. One that handles I collided and now do something, and the other one said I collided, add force, and another one says I collided, do this, something else. So you can have multiple of types. So that's that. So now, what I'm interested here though is figuring out why these appear to be disappearing after a little bit. Interesting. They're being pulled back from the being pulled back from the pool early. It's super loud next to my voice, really? Let me see. I'm gonna look at the... Oh yeah, look at that. Damn, okay. Oh, you know why? Because, okay, that's why. I have the music set really low on here on the music app. And so, yeah. How's that? Is that better? Now I can't hear it. I want a little bit. Let's see. Is that okay if we do it like this? Anyway, so I see what's happening. Okay, good. It's pulling it from the pool early. So let's debug this. Let's figure out where it goes back to the pool. Yeah. Most of the time I won't be blowing stuff up, I think. You never know. So where does it go to the pool? Destroy on trigger. This should be where it goes to the pool to go swimming. Destroy behavior has this. Put back in pool. And remove object. And when we remove the object, we check to see if we're using the pool. If so, we put it back to the pool. Otherwise, we destroy it. So, simple destroy has that. When we call do destroy, we just, the delay, we should be delaying because this one shouldn't be instantly destroyed. This is where I'm getting yeah, okay. Well, let me think about this here. Okay. So if we go back to our solo gun, and we can change our destroy behavior to destroy with a 5-second delay. That should basically solve the problem, but let's check that first. It's tough because like I feel like object pooling is like, okay, so the Forge 3D package came with an object pool, and I'm like, well, I've got my own object pool. I don't want to use yours. And that made me realize people are going to get this one and think, I don't want to use yours. And so I have to make sure, like, first of all, you don't have to. So I've already set it up so that you don't have to use it. But I'm going to have to, like, give some indication of, like, oh, if you're using another object pool and you want it to work with yours, what you have to do is create your own override of the put back in pool method, right? So that you can use your own pool. Luckily, there's a get from pool and a put back from pool methods you can override, so it shouldn't be too difficult to integrate it with other pool managers. But all right, Ah, but see, now that's the problem. So now they're gonna last, but the particles stick around. All right, so we need a method, and this is the same issue that the other one was facing. It turns out too. So we need a new behavior that toggles things off on destroy and toggles things back on enable. And I think we're going to do that. So we can't really use a generic behavior because this is going to be a thing that has to live on this object that has yeah, it's always for an asset, isn't it? Yeah. What was I saying? This is, it needs to live on this object because we need to populate things that it's going to have to toggle. I don't think I've built one yet. No. Maybe turn. Helper turn off on object at spawn. But I want to turn on spawn. But we can make a version of this, a helper. And what we'll do is make it helper toggle on destroy and enable. And on enable. On toggle, on destroy, and on enable. Yeah. So that's what we'll do. And we're going to have a game objects to handle. And we will say turn on, turn off. I'm going to do this a little, I think, no, it needs to be mono behavior. Yeah, it needs to be mono behavior. Okay, so turn on and turn off. That should be fairly simple. We're just saying them active and deactive. And yeah, all right. So let's just move that to its own thing, and we will add this to this. A helper. Turn. Oh. Helper. It didn't register it. All right, so we'll add it in a second. The other thing we need to do is, yeah, it didn't save it or something. It's been doing this recently where it doesn't load the scripts. All right, so now we need a, what was the other one called? Turn on object. Turn on object. How did I do it? It's like this. It's a spawn behavior modification. We don't want a spawn behavior modification, but what we do want is a toggle on destroy and on enable, basically generic observer. But we're not going to make it a particle observer. We're going to make it a projectile behavior. So it's going to be similar to this. So we'll do this. All right, we're going to call it toggle on destroy and on enable. And let's see. We're going to move it to its own class. And we need one of these on it in order to create it. New toggle on destroy and on enable. You know, it's interesting. I wonder. over-engineering something. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm over-engineering something. So let's delete this. Because I think I'm over-engineering. All right. I think that all we really need here, whoops, is to say, whoops, header, plumbing, and take in our projectile spawner, and we're gonna make this a public spawner, and oh no, it has to live on the projectile. So it's not projectile spawner, it's just projectile. Projectile. And ugh, crumb or something on my desk. That's what I get for eating here sometimes. We're gonna do a few things. We're gonna say public void on enable, and we're gonna say if projectile is null, then connect it. Projectile equals get component projectile. And if it's still null, then you're gonna have issues. So turn on objects on enable, and then we're gonna do a public or private void subscribe and private void unsubscribe. Subscribe, we're going to first call unsubscribe, and then we're going to go to projectile dot destroy or do destroy dot plus equal turn off objects. What's it? Oh, it's waiting for a projectile. Projectile. Oops. Wait a minute. What am I doing? Projectile, projectile. There we go. That doesn't really, and we're not really going to be using that in this because we already have a projectile. The event requires it, and then unsubscribe. We will unsubscribe, which makes logical sense. To expression body. All right, so on enabling, we're checking, make sure we have a projectile, turning everything on, and we will also subscribe. And then when we turn objects on, yes, and then when the do destroy is called on the projectile, we're going to turn off the objects. That should be it. Yeah, I mean it depends on a lot of different things, your preference on how to use it, and there's nothing wrong with having multiple poolers too, I suppose, right? They probably shouldn't conflict with each other, I would think. I don't really know though. I'm making shit up, but I don't think they would conflict with each other. So we can assign this here, and then we're going to also change this to just that. And then the objects to handle. Actually, let's load it up, and we will. What happened? Memory stream is corrupted. That happened to my dad before he passed. His memory stream got corrupted. Yeah, I don't know what that was. Stupid. I need to buy a new one of these mats. I've got a little nubby thing right where my palm goes, and it's really, really annoying. All right. What does this say? Search? I don't. Okay. Where did this get left off? Remove that component. Helper. Toggle. Nope. Alright, so apparently this is no longer available. Let's see if it shows up now. Aha. Alright. So we have it now. Alright, good. Alright, so all we have to do is turn off our objects here. Pretty much all of these, I think. We should be good. Let's try it out. It doesn't appear to... Oh, wait. I don't think this is the reason why, but it didn't appear to work. Nope. Let me just check these. Those objects are most definitely still on. Alright, so why isn't it working? Let's see. Debug.log, subscribe. And don't forget to like and subscribe, by the way. And debug.log, turn off objects. Interesting. So it's, I bet it's not doing... Wait a minute. It's subscribing just fine. But it's not getting anything back. Oh. Did there. When does this call on destroy? It probably waits 5 seconds. Yep. Oh, that's just the wait timer for collision. Destroy behavior just has these two. Remove object gets called here if it's... We're doing do destroy. Debug.log do destroy on simple destroy. Are we just not subscribing properly? Indeed. Subscribe. Do destroy. Projectile do destroy. Recall do destroy. So this is being called properly. And this is subscribing. I don't think I have to call it to destroy. I wonder. No. This is a projectile. It should be, yeah, it should be working, I would think. I love blowing this stuff up. It's fun. Oh, howdy, the bull. Yeah, I don't know why it's not doing it. It really should. It's subscribing. Projectile do destroy, I believe, is being called. Do destroy. Projectile do destroy. It's being called here. Just fine. We're not unsubscribing, right? Let me just test that just to make sure. Debug. It knows. I don't think we're randomly unsubscribing, but I suppose it's possible. Nope, we unsubscribe before we subscribe, which is fine, but then we don't do another unsubscribe. So that's not it. It just apparently is not being called. Why would that be? We can ask the AI. Why might do destroy not be called on this object while others who are subscribed do get the event? I don't know. Hey, Tech Dave. I know, right? It works good. It's fiber, so the upload and download speeds are the exact same. So there should be zero issue with the upload from now on. In practice, the download speeds are a little slower for sure, but not drastically so. I don't really download that much anyways. So I don't unsubscribe early, so it's better, is what I'm saying. Lifetime of game, that's not. Order of execution, I don't think that's it. No reference check, that's not it. Different instances, that would be my only guess. We can test that. How can we test that? No. We don't make an instance of the projectile. We make an instance of the behaviors, but not of the projectile. We make a new prefab of it. And then we do that. And then these, they've got their projectile. No, they don't. Do they? Yeah, they do. It's turned off. Oh, it's turned off. Did you see that? It's turned off. So who turns it off? Is it simple destroy? Yes. Yes, indeed it is. Do we need that as an option? What if we don't disable it and we keep it running? What breaks if we just turn that off entirely? Is there a reason to turn off the projectile? I mean, I suppose if it's one that keeps moving, then yeah, there's a reason to turn off the projectile. So now that's... But they keep moving. So interesting. So they keep moving, and it didn't also solve our problem. Hmm. What am I missing here? I feel like I'm missing something. Also, my brain is fried. I woke up early with a headache for some stupid reason. And it's been a long week. And last night, Wyman was on. I told Wyman how mad I was. I had to convert this poorly written code. All I was trying to do. I was like, oh, before this just went back and forth following the target, and I said, you know what? I want to have the nice look with the mouse. So I was like, okay, let me just quickly do that. Took 5 hours because the AIs couldn't help me out. I couldn't help me out. And I realized part of it was that when you get here, it gets all wonky, so you can't really But in the end, I had to go through the code that came with that Forge 3D and redo it. Removed over half of it because half of it was just not needed and unused. And then so many issues. They were like, they would have 3 different variable names for the exact same thing. And sometimes they'd be like the transform.transform. And I'm like, why are you saying transform twice? Apparently that works, by the way. But anyways, 5 hours. I was unhappy. But this still isn't working. Well, let's rethink. Let's see. Do we have to rethink something? We might have to rethink. Okay. So we want to destroy on trigger or collision. Let's make this just back to this. And we need to re-enable this code that I disabled. Because this code is just disable behavior on delayed destroy. So if our delay is greater than 0, then we destroy the behavior. Or not, we disable the projectile, which disables the behaviors, which is not exactly what we want to do. That's different. Disabling behaviors is different from... Can we disable it? Let's see. Projectile dot behaviors 0 dot enabled set active. So no, we can't do any of those things. It's just an instance of a scriptable object. So we'd have to do a flag, a boolean or something. But let's see. Let's get back to where the thing was breaking before. Okay, this is where it was breaking before. The behaviors are stopped. It's weird that they're stopped because there's no delay on this one. I don't think. Delay, 0. See, I need to move this spawn on destroy off. Even this disable behaviors on destroy should be moved out. So, okay. So let's... Interesting. Okay. Let's take a step back. So part of this whole thing is I am refactoring a lot of stuff and making it better. So I'm making each script simpler. So this simple destroy is just going to be destroy. But we're going to rename it to be destroy or pool on destroy. Because that's all it's going to do. Oh, on trigger. On trigger or collision. There we go. Verbose. New destroy or pool on trigger or condition. Destroy or pool on trigger or condition. Collision, not condition, collision. We'll keep an option for delaying it. But we are going to move away the spawn on destroy. Now I'm not going to remove it yet because I might want to steal that code later. So I'm going to do this. And we're going to do this. Because I might want to come back here and undo stuff. So now when we do our destroy, we're going to do that, do our hit counts, max hits. We're going to still keep the max hits. Destroy delay. Remove with the destroy delay. Else remove with the destroy delay. So really it's just going to be that. Okay. But we'll leave the rest as is. Keep the fallback. That's good. All right, so now the solo gun has that. So it's going to destroy on trigger or collision, but we will wait 5 seconds. Why are we waiting 5 seconds? The original issue, I'm going to talk through this again. The original issue was that it was pulling back from the pool objects that were live. And it's still doing it. That's why they're disappearing. Let me let all of those disappear. Oh, they're in the pool. They should be pooling. I don't know why we have so many of them. They should be pooled. There's only 4 solo guns. And it looks like they're barely being turned on. But a shit ton of impacts are being turned on. Why are so many impacts being turned on? That's weird. Now I got 5 up. 4 up. Check that out, yo. 5 up. All right. See the pattern going up by 1 each time? That tells me that I'm subscribing or something like that. Let me see. Where do we spawn that? Sci-fi effects, solo gun hit. The collision behavior. We unsubscribe here on destroy. Okay, so maybe that'll fix it. When before we subscribe, we should unsubscribe. Because I think we're subscribed multiple times. Nope. Nope, that wasn't it. Okay. Yeah, my brain is mushy. My eyes are tired. My brain is mush. It's only 5:30. All right. Okay. This isn't really collision behavior. But all of these inherit from it. So, all right. So I'm going to slowly decouple this. Collision behavior isn't going to be something you can do there. This is going to be spawn object on trigger or collision. And that's where we do this. So let's just create a new one of these. This is going to be double up, everything. Which isn't ideal, but we'll deal with that. So we're going to create a projectile system, collision behavior, trigger, and nope. Nope. Undo. Delete. Delete. Create. Collision behavior, trigger. None of these. Did it not save? What am I missing? Collision behavior, trigger, enter, spawn object. I didn't change this. To be spawn object on trigger or collision. That's what we need. Alright. I just didn't name it properly. Okay, and we're going to call this sci-fi effects. Solo gun impact. Yeah, gun impact. We'll change it to impact, but object to spawn is going to be solo gun impact. Particles. Gosh darn it, where was I? That's collision behaviors. Solo. Gun impact. Ah. Alright. We're gonna screw over all this. We don't need any of that. So a bunch of behaviors are gonna disappear and break. I'm breaking things. On purpose, mind you. Spawn object on trigger or collision. We can inherit from that instead to fix anything that breaks. It looks like it was the only one. Looks like it was the only one. All right. So now in our solo gun, our behavior of solo gun impact can go into our list. And remove this. All right. We have an add force on collision, impact particle on collision. We're destroying it on collision, and we're moving forward. It should go back to the pool immediately. And the issue where it's buying multiple, should probably save, apply the override. The overrides, the issue where it's buying multiple things. Let's see. 1 impact, 2 impact, 3 impact, 4, 2 impact. So yeah, it just keeps building more impacts. And then if I, when disappears, I gotta figure this out. Anyways, my brain is clearly not working right, and I think I need to take a break. But before I do, I just want to finish the stream, which I'm glad the internet worked, by blowing shit up. That's fun. This one's fun too. This also blows shit up. It's just not as, but see, it's doing the same thing too. So I need to figure this out. Blow shit up. Boo, 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 pew. This one, the projectiles are not visible. And they're not all going, it's doing the same thing. Anyways, it's not as fun blowing stuff up when it's doing that. Thanks for hanging out. Sorry the stream was so short. I'm going to take a power nap. This coffee is not working. So, thanks everybody.